Currently we're at the track. We're here to talk about Race for a Cause. Those who haven't known about Race for a Cause over the last couple years, 5 years to be exact, we've raised almost $50,000 for people with medical needs. This year's Race for a Cause at Greenwood Raceway, recipient this year is Bobby Bupp.
Hello.
So just so we can get into a little bit about Bobby, you want to give a little background about where you come from and everything that's been going on with you?
Yeah, 25 years ago, at 17 years of age, I was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic, and then we found out through time I'm a brittle diabetic, but I'll get to that here in a little bit, what some of those criteria are. But when I first got sick, I was in the hospital for 11 days. When I got there, they had actually told me they had no idea how I was still alive or not in a coma at the time. We made it through that. We kind of got back out and started on our way again. And with I'm what they call a stage 1 or a class 1 diabetic. And what that means is that you have to be on shots. Now, stage 2 diabetes is like when you take the pills and things like that to help control your blood sugars. Mine has to be done through insulin and shots. We started off like that. We were kind of never really under control though, no matter if I ate the same things every day or not. With a brittle diabetic, your sugars kind of peak and drop through time, and that's just kind of what they do. For the first 10 years of being diabetic, my doctors kind of told me they thought I was one in some hundreds of thousands that can show no physical effects of what the diabetes can do by running high blood sugars. And then within the last 3 to 4 years of being sick, things started to change for me, where I started first off, I noticed it was my eyesight started getting blurry and things like that, but it would never correct itself. So anyhow, that's kind of how it all started. And then we were doing blood work and things like that and found out that my kidneys were at about a 50%. But to me, you need one good kidney, so two kidneys at 50%, we were good. But not so much. And then recently, through the last year, is when it really started to take a toll on me. I actually was in and out of the hospital, I think this year 3 to 4 times, and that all started with high blood pressure. A couple years ago, I was taken off a blood pressure medication that was actually controlling it fairly well, but it in turn caused kidney damage. So they wanted to take me off of that. We were fooling around with some different meds to see which was going to work, and in that time my blood pressures were kind of on the elevated side or high, but I didn't notice it until it got really high. And then I started noticing that. We would go into the hospital and we would get that back under control, and then we'd be left out. But it finally got me and caused basically almost my kidneys to fail completely. So now, currently, we're at a situation where I'm at about a 12% kidney function. The diabetes, I'm actually on an insulin pump now, but we don't have any more control on my sugars. But I think that has a lot to do with when a person is sick, their sugars are up and down anyhow because of the stress that's on the body. So I don't know if I'll ever kind of get those under control. But right now we're scheduled for multiple surgeries. I also have an issue with my gallbladder. They found polyps in it, so that needs to be removed. And then there was a couple spots found in my lungs. So we're taking a look at that. at that currently also. So that's kind of where I'm at presently. For the future, you know, we're hoping we can get through this, you know, go through these surgeries, get on the dialysis, make the list for transplant, and they're actually talking now about replacing the kidneys and the pancreas, so I won't even be diabetic anymore, which that will really be interesting to see how that feels, because we really haven't been good for years now, and you know, the weird thing is you change a little bit at a time, and sometimes you don't notice it, so anyhow, moving on, you know, we're going to try and, well, we're going to roll till we fall down, and then we're going to get back up. So, but with the Race for a Cause, I can't thank everyone enough. It was that the board voted for us. We're definitely finding the pinch of what it feels like to get sick, and you know, when, well, you're living paycheck to paycheck, it really puts a damper on things. So, so thank everyone for that. My goal out of the Race for a Cause this year is to actually bring awareness as a payback. I would love for that day for someone, we're hoping to have the Diabetic Association and the living transplant people there, and some pamphlets and things like that, where, you know, my greatest goal out of that would be if someone could pick up a pamphlet, take it home, read something, maybe call their doctor, and it might save their life. The other issue or the other great thing that I think we can do, the actual group that we have working with this year, coordinating sponsorship and the race itself, I think is the best group we've ever had. And I really think my goal is to be able to pay that forward by, at the end of this race, everyone that comes to it, everyone that's involved in it, and sponsors for that, look at us and say, hey, that's the way we should do it, and we want to be part of it next year. So,
Well, that's wonderful.
that's kind of the goal with everything we hope to do.
Now, anybody that's not familiar with this, it's a daytime race at Little Greenwood Raceway. It's August 29th. The rain day is the 30th, with 2 other rain days with the following weekend, which I believe are the 12th and 13th of September. Day of the race, we are going to have t-shirts and sweatshirts. The t-shirts are $15 a piece, the sweatshirts are $25 a piece. Stickers, foam cowboy hats, kind of like the one Bobby has on, but foam. They're going to be for sale. You know, there's going to be 50-50 auction items there. We're going to have a Chinese auction, and we're going to have a silent auction there. So it's a good day, it's a good race, it's for a good cause. So we're looking forward to it, and hopefully everybody can join us.
Yep. And then as a final, I'd like to say, you know, if you can make it out that day, this by far, we raced for 10 years with the Carters, and I have personally made friends that I consider family now. An absolute great group of people. So if you can, at least come for that. So.
All right, well, thanks, Bobby.
Thank you.
Yep. And until the next time, we'll see you at the track.